Welcome to our first ever virtual open house. My name is Captain Brian Porco and I'm excited to take you on a tour of the Vista Fire Department. Today is the last day of National Fire Prevention Week and we have a lot of great content lined up for you. First, Fireman Tom with some fire prevention education. Two of the most important facts when it comes to fire safety revolve around smoke alarms. First, they need to be present, and second, we need to know that they're working. Here to talk a little bit more about smoke and carbon monoxide alarms, fire safety around the house, and firefighters is Fireman Tom. Tom, take it away.
Thank you very much, Brian. And I'm also going to introduce Firefighter Adam. He's going to be helping me with another segment momentarily. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is smoke detectors. There's a few things we need to do to make sure that our smoke detector is going to be working for us. The first thing is we want to test it. And usually right on the front, there's a little button. And if you hold that button in, it lets you know two things actually. One, your smoke detector is working. And two, is what the smoke detector sounds like. It's very important to know the sound of your smoke detector so that if you are sleeping and it goes off, it will wake you up and you'll say, uh-oh, that's the smoke detector, I need to get out. Not wake up and say, I have no idea what that is, and go back to sleep. The second thing we're going to talk about is inside our smoke detector, there's a battery. All right, if you have an alarm system in your house and it's hooked up to the electricity, you still want to double check inside there. A lot of times there's a battery in there in case the power goes out. And we're going to want to change that battery twice a year. So when we change our clocks, change our batteries. The last thing we want to do with our smoke detector is make sure that it's clean. We don't want dirt or dust or cobwebs around here because it would make it harder for the smoke to get inside. I like to think of a smoke detector as a big nose up on the ceiling. And what it does is it stays up there day and night smelling for smoke. If you've ever had a stuffy nose, you know that it's very hard to breathe through that. The same thing will happen with our smoke detector. If it gets dirt or dust on there, it makes it harder for it to sniff out the smoke. So we want to clean it and test it every single month and change our batteries twice a year. Now, carbon monoxide detectors may look the same, but they actually serve a different purpose. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas, and it's very dangerous. You won't be able to see it, you won't be able to smell it, so if your carbon monoxide detector goes off, you want to get out of that house, get to an environment where there's fresh air or clean air. You want to get outside and wait for the fire department to get there to see if there is actually a problem. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to ask Firefighter Adam to dress in his fire gear so that you can see what it looks like when a firefighter is completely dressed up. We do look a little different, we sound a little different, but it's still just regular people inside. Okay, Adam. So the first thing he does is he steps into his boots, and you'll notice that his pants are attached to his boots, so he can get those on much quicker than putting them on separately. Another thing with his boots is they actually come up high on his leg, and his pants come down over the top of that, so that way if there's any type of fire trying to burn up, from the ground, it won't burn his legs at all. The next thing he's going to do is he's going to put on his hood. Now his hood is going to protect his neck, his ears, and his hair. Okay, now with his coat being put on, you notice that his pants come up high, his coat goes down low, so there's like a double coverage, so nothing can burn at his stomach area. And if you take a close-up look of his hands, you'll see there's material there and it's sewn into the sleeve, so nothing can get up to burn his arms at all. Okay, the next thing he's going to do is he's going to turn on his air pack. Okay, and this is only regular air, it's not oxygen. And this gives him air to breathe inside the residence if there's a fire. Okay. He's going to put his mask on. Okay, now his mask is protecting his eyes and his nose. Okay, his face in general, just so nothing can burn it there. He puts his hood over the top to protect that. All right, now with his helmet on, if anything was to fall and hit him on the top of his head, he would be protected. He's got his gloves, and he's putting those on, so he's protected from the top of his head all the way down to the bottom of his feet. And the very last thing we're going to do is he's going to hook up his airline, okay? And when he breathes in, you're going to hear, it may sound a little different, okay? But it's still just Adam. Adam, can you talk to us? Can you say hi to everybody?
Hi everyone home. Hope everyone's staying safe.
Okay. He sounds a little different. He looks a little different, but it's still just a regular person. Thank you very much for being here with us today. Hopefully you'll enjoy the other segments we have, and I hope to see you all next year at Meadow Pond again. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fireman Tom, for giving us those excellent fire prevention tips, but we want to take it one step further and demonstrate what it's like getting yourself out of a smoke-filled room. With me today, I have Lieutenant Mark Biacco, who's going to be leading the demonstration, and assistance provided by Lieutenant Cervantes and probationary firefighter Kyla Whalen. Playing our civilian victim today is going to be Olivia Cervantes. Mark, take it away.
Families, we know being in a smoke-filled room is pretty scary. So when you're in a smoke-filled room, be sure to get to the lowest point of the ground. The lowest point in that room is going to provide you with the clearest path towards your exit. It will also give you the most breathable air. Practice this. As you go through and change your smoke alarm batteries, be sure as a family to work together on your escape plan. When in a smoke-filled room, try feeling the door or the door handle, using the back of your hand to determine if it is warm. Do not open the door. Not only will you risk letting smoke into the room, you'll also make things worse by adding the room's oxygen to the fire. Next, direct everyone in the room to get low to the floor. Stay low and go. Upon arrival at a fire scene, our firefighters will don self-containing breathing apparatus. The self-containing breathing apparatus will allow them to breathe in an environment that is not conducive to breathing. We refer to that environment as the IDLH, immediate danger to life and health.
I hear you. Oh, there you are. There you are. I got it. I got the victim. Let's clear out. We'll help you out, okay? Just stay low, okay? Stay low. Go first. Go in front of her. Go. There you go.
All of our firefighters know that a primary search is the rapid search of an area to find viable victims during an emergency scene. Generally, we associate this term with a search of an occupancy during a structure fire, predominantly residential. In order to ensure it's done well, our firefighters should consistently practice primary search skills as a team to learn how we can operate and strengths and weaknesses of the individual members on our team, as well as the tactics that can be applied to both residential and our commercial properties in the Vista Fire District.
I got a victim over here, guys. I got a victim. All right, let's grab her. You guys do the grab. You do the grab. Are you okay? Are you okay? All right, we gotta move her out. All right, let's go. Let's move her. Got her? All right. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's light. Okay, what's up? Oh, Mark, where are you? Firefighter Marshall. Where are you? I'm going out the window.
Now that you've seen our smoke-filled room demonstration training, it is now time to introduce you to some of our apparatus. I introduce you to Foreman Hersom, who will bring you through our apparatus bay.
While we hope you never need one, the Vista Fire Department is one of the only departments in the area that provides both fire and ambulance services. Here to talk a little bit more about our ambulances and the equipment they carry is Foreman Eleanor Hersom.
Come on in! This is our ambulance 84B1. One of the many great design features of this ambulance is that we can reach our equipment from the inside and outside of the ambulance. Let me show you. In this compartment, we have our jump bag. This has everything we need to take care of a patient before we get back into the ambulance. Right below it is our Lucas machine. It does automatic compressions for somebody that's in cardiac arrest. Over here, we have our automatic control. This is where the EMT can control anything from oxygen to suction to the lights in the ambulance. We also have our radios where the EMT can contact the hospital to give them an update on the patient, as well as contact our dispatchers at 60 Control. Over here is where we have our PPE, our personal protective equipment. We have things like face shields, gowns, goggles, and masks. We use this to protect ourselves from bodily fluids. Next, we have our stretcher. This is where the patient lays. It's an automatic stretcher, which means it helps our EMTs with the heavy lifting. I'll show you how it works. All we have to do is press one button and the stretcher does the rest for us. It's just as easy as that. Let's go check on a few things on the outside of our ambulance. In this compartment, we have our immobilization devices, as well as my personal favorite, the pet oxygen masks. In the event that we rescue your pet from a fire, we can give them some supplemental oxygen. In this next compartment, we have our moving devices. So if we can't bring our stretcher into your home, we can use one of these devices to move the patient into our ambulance. Let me show you the driver's compartment. This is the driver's compartment. Similar to the back, the driver can operate the lights and sirens from this panel, as well as the radios and the operation of the vehicle. Up next, Lieutenant Cervantes is going to give you a tour of our new Tanker 4. Thanks for coming along. See ya!
Greetings, I'm Lieutenant Cervantes with the Vista Fire Department, and I'm here to introduce you to our new apparatus. This is a brand new C-grade Marauder 2. It's a custom-made stainless steel 131 elliptical tanker. It is a 6-man crew, and a difference between our other tanker, we can only hold 2 crew members in it. This one we can hold 6 with all the equipment needed to be able to roll into a fire scene and have more manpower. And this tanker holds 3,400 gallons of water. It has a 2-stage pump. It can pump 1,500 gallons per minute. This is the pump panel. Again, this is state-of-the-art fire truck. This can prime itself. That's how good this truck is. It can pump itself. State-of-the-art electronics, state-of-the-art LED lights everywhere. Moving on to the pump compartment. This pump compartment, just like any pump compartment, can hold some couplings, fittings. And one cool thing that we have here, actually we have two of them. We have two scene lights. Again, LED portable scene lights, super bright. We have a portable pond on the side of the driver now, so as soon as the driver comes out, you can just lower the portable pond. This tanker can dump from the driver's side and from the officer side and from the rear. So we have three sections that we can dump water from. Moving on to this compartment, just extra hoses that we need in order to do our job with this tanker. Again, just showing you the rear dump. Makes it easier for us to do our job. We have a rear camera as well. This is a cab over, so it's compared to our previous tanker, it actually turning radius is awesome. Cab over, turning radius, we can turn around all these tight, narrow roads in Vista. Moving on to another compartment, we have strainers, we have clapper valves, we have manifold, and as you know, or may not know, we don't have pressurized hydrants like other big cities may have. So we have to bring water to the scene. And where do we get the water from? We can get the water from any body of water like a lake, a river, a pond, or even your own pool. So again, this is the side dump. Moving on, portable pump. Again, like I said, we have to pump water from a body of water, and this will help us do that job. We have 3 connects, 1 3/4 and 3 inches. Again, state of the art. This has rear camera, just like your brand new vehicle would have. It has digital touch gears, so you just touch a button and you can put it on drive. This is our C-Grade Rider 2. Thank you.
Thanks for following along during National Fire Prevention Week. On behalf of the entire Vista Fire Department, we hope to see you in person next year. Thanks, and be safe.